Hello, this is Uncle Jim, and this is pretty hilarious. My wife and son went up north to do some Christmas shopping, and my wife made the mistake again taking him to Gunny's gun shop, where he always gets in trouble. And so he brings back this tonight, a Bersa Thunder 380 single stack with a threaded barrel. How good is that? And so he was wondering, I wonder what Dad thinks when I bring this home. Is he going to be mad? Whatever. And I saw it and I'm like, oh yeah, all day long. And he told me the price. And I'm like, yep, you done good. So now they have the threaded barrels. And here's a suppressor on here. And being that it's a fixed barrel, blowback, you don't need a piston, so it just screws on like your rifles, all right? Which is awesome. And as a matter of fact, with this big 9mm can on there, it actually balances it just fine. It's amazing. So my son's laughing his ass off once he put the can on here. We might shoot it tonight in the dark. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Anyway, I've always loved these guns. When I worked in the gun shop and range, I sold tons of them, thousands, at least a couple thousand. And it fits everyone's hand. It's small. It's like a Walther PPK, except for it works. And that's what I used to say. It's the Walther PPK that actually works and feeds hollow points and everything. Unlike the PPKs, which I sent a ton back to the factory to try and have them fixed, where these were no problem and they were only $200, where a PPK was a lot more money. So Bersa got it right, and I always liked this gun. They felt good. They felt really good in women's hands. So when women would come in and say, I'm looking for a gun and so told me to get one of these or that, and I'd show them different guns. I'm like, hey, feel this and see if you like it. And man, 9 times out of 10, they're like, wow, that felt good. And so I'd load up a mag in the rental gun and say, hey, go shoot a mag full and see if you like it. And most of the time they did. It's just a great gun. And so we'll take the can off. I'll show it to you. I'm surprised my son brought this home today. Back when I was in the gun shop, we were selling these for like $200 plus change, whatever. This one with the threaded barrel nowadays is $239. So it only costs $239 with a threaded barrel, which I think is awesome. I think that's decent price for what you got here. So we'll cover the gun, and let me take the can off. And this is perfect timing because we just tested some of these 380 bullets from 6-shooter Texans mold he made. All right, and then I also have some 2 molds that Cranky let me borrow. One's a hollow point, one's a flat point. So this is perfect timing because our only 380s right now are the little LCP Maximum pistols, and this one's a little bigger. Okay. Okay, so this is kind of funny. He just brought this home about a half hour ago, so I'm still kind of in shock. So anyway, I have the magazine out and it's clear. And so these have a mag disconnect safety, which I'm not fond of, but no big deal in this case. They give you a 8-round magazine, so you got 8+1 in a single stack. And I always like the single stack because it feels so good. It's like a Walther PPK. Now, with the new threaded barrels these days, you get a 3/4 inch extra barrel for feet per second, I guess, and it shouldn't matter too much carrying it. And so these are kind of like a Beretta backward safety. You got your decocker, all right, and then you got a flipper up for backward safety, which I never liked. However, just put the safety up so it's off, and then you have your first shot. I got to put the magazine in. Your first shot is going to be double action, and then after that, single action. So that's how I'd carry it. I wouldn't have the stupid backwards, safety should be down at all times. So safety up, double action, first shot. It's a nice trigger. It's easy. It's like a revolver. Very nice. And then you have a nice single action. Got a little bit of creep maybe, but it's nice. I could shoot that double action all day. So you got first shot double action and the rest single. And then they have a little key they give you where you could lock the trigger here for states like California and all those states that should go to the bottom of the ocean right now. Anyway, disregard that. I've never heard of this affecting reliability whatsoever. Just leave it off. But you have the option of locking it with a key. So, and that's just for the trigger itself. So that's good. It doesn't affect, it's not like Smith & Wesson revolvers where they get screwed up and all of a sudden you're dead because of the thing malfunctioned. It's not going to happen here. Now, these things are reliable. I used to sell the Walther PPKs alongside of these, and the PPKs always had to go back. They never fed hollow points or anything unless you got lucky. These feed everything. They're not picky. They're an awesome gun. So if you're looking at something like this, if you want a Walther PPK type gun, this is the one to get, and it's only $200 or whatever. Okay, threaded barrel $239, as according to what my son just paid. Now, when I had to use these for warranty repair, they used, what was the company's name? Eagle Sports, something like that. Eagle Sports did all the repair work for Bursa since they're out of the country. And Eagle Sports did it in country, and they picked a state close to you. They always had good service, and they would get right back to you really soon with a fixed gun. Most all of the time, it was a complaint about the slide stop. So if you're riding the slide to let the bolt release right here to let your slide go, it would start wearing out, and then it wouldn't hold back. Okay, that's what I found over like many years of dealing with these, and the ones that did have to go in for warranty service, that was the complaint. They told me that you just slingshot the gun. Don't do this, okay? Slingshot. That's all they said. So, and that was basically it. Everything else worked. It was great. So I'm happy to see one in the house. It's comfy. We can put a can on it, and we have a little bit bigger 380. I think my wife would love this. It's gonna fit her hand perfectly, and it fits man hands. They got the little flare on the magazine, but it really fits women too. It's a blowback, so you got a little more recoil than some of the modern 380s, that are the same size now. But this gun for the money, it's a no-brainer. And I've sold tons of them. I stood behind them, and I'm happy to see my son brought one home. He wasn't sure what I thought, and I was like, hell yeah. They also have a little tiny adjustable windage there for your rear sight. And that's basically it. You don't need fancy grips. These grips fit fine. So the only complaint I ever had with them was the price of the magazines. It's kind of the cheap gun, expensive magazine theory, okay? So the mags are going to cost you a little more. Do not buy the aftermarket. Who's that crappy company? Don't buy theirs. Don't buy the Pro Mags. Buy the factory mags, okay? And they drop free. And it won't fire without the magazine unless you disconnect that disconnect. Anyway, I really love this gun, and I got to give the Sons kudos for getting it, and it actually is pretty cool with a can on it. So we're gonna load up some rounds and shoot it with a can. Daylight tomorrow. It's a little dark. Until next time, thanks for watching.